President Biden authorized Ukraine to use longer-range missiles like the ATACMs, the ATACMs, and Ukraine did. Russia responded by launching a ballistic missile with a MIRV warhead, but the debate that's growing is what's interesting. The Serbian Sentinel, let's get into it. Now, Russia launching a missile in response to Ukraine using a longer-range missile provided by the United States isn't the issue. What has most people concerned is whether it was an ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, with a non-nuclear payload, or an MRBM, medium-range ballistic missile, with some advanced capabilities. Now, with the short-range missiles, effectively speaking, you and your target share the same battle space. You're in close proximity, as it were, to each other. A medium-range, an MRBM, could hit 500 to 1,500 miles out, usually go across country faster than what you could get a bomber or a fighter to do for the same amount of payload that it's carrying. An intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, does just that. It clears continents because it's moving at hypersonic speeds and it's exo-atmospheric. It spends 1/3 of its trip outside of the Earth's atmosphere. But it's not meant to be used as a close-ranged system. It's not meant to hit a target 50 miles away, 100 miles away, even 1,500 miles away. It's meant to hit targets 3,500, 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 miles away because of the simple fact that once it goes out of the atmosphere, the Earth does all the rest of the work, just turning on its axis before it comes back down and hits a target. Now, they were originally built, the ICBMs, to carry nuclear payloads. That's what they were meant for, because you can load conventional explosives and different types of conventional weaponry on any other type of missile system. You can have it delivered by any other missile system. You can have it gravity drop bombs by planes, not a problem. If you're going to use a nuke and you're trying to hit a target that's thousands of miles away, you need something that's going to get up in the air, move incredibly fast, and get over that target well before they can intercept it, even if they're tracking it. The issue is now is all of our defense systems, when it comes to ICBMs, are geared towards that aspect. That an ICBM goes up, our satellites pick it up, our radar tracks it. We have minutes to get information back and forth as to where it was launched from, what its current trajectory is. Do we get the permission from whoever's sitting in the Oval Office to hit the button in a response, and to what degree are we going to respond depending upon where it impacts? So, there's a video showing that there were multiple reentry vehicles, MIRVs, hitting at least 4 targets at a time in quick succession. No detonation, so the speculation isn't on whether it was nuclear or not, because that would be an obvious thing. And it doesn't appear that it was even conventional. They're basically making assertions that they were inert warheads, basically dummy warheads. Could be filled with concrete, could be filled with dirty socks and sandbags, it doesn't matter. But with that being said, it could also mean that Putin is trying to display the capability of some new missile system, showing that, hey, we've got a new system, it's incredibly fast. By the time you detect it and you try tracking it, you won't have enough time to intercept it, and it's extremely accurate when it gets onto target. So, again, does that mean that Putin's response is going to be the next country that we get, we catch a display tag or a name tag of some shrapnel from something that Ukraine has launched and it's come into Russia? We're going to be doing this into those countries, such as in France, England, United States, Poland, because yes, in that case, an ICBM would be the system that you would use to make a faster response going in. And then it circles us back around to, we detect an ICBM launch. Do we respond in kind, or do we have to now wait and see what's going to happen? And this brings up the potential for a broader conflict that raises the level of tension going into 2025 that is probably going to be equal to what we had in the 60s and the 70s during the peak period of the Cold War, where now are we going to be facing a situation where ICBMs get launched on a regular basis, but they're non-nuclear, but we still have to wait and see if in fact they are non-nuclear? Are they going to be conventional? Are they going to be inert warheads that effectively only do the damage near the immediate spot of the impact? Now, if, and this is a very, very big speculative if, Russia could just be bluffing. They may not have a desire to use nukes. However, if you draw a red line, and then you draw another red line, and you draw a whole bunch of red lines, and you're rattling and shaking and waving your sword around, and you're pounding your chest plate as you're backing yourself into a corner, you may start to think that not using the nuclear option is far worse than anything that you could possibly do at this point in time. And the outcome of that decision, should it happen, that's where we're going to run into an issue. Now, please like, save this video, because there is a 50-50 chance that I could either be dead wrong or spot on. Now, I know that we, just everyday people, have no control over what's going on. We have no real influence in this potential disaster. But if we do what we can within our capabilities to mentally prepare ourselves for what realistically could be a very bad outcome, we're still going to be far better off, and we're still going to have a much better advantage, mentally speaking, than people who are either completely oblivious to this or in complete denial that this could escalate to something. It's not a guarantee that it will, but let's be honest, you're watching this video, I'm doing this video because we all know it leans more towards it's a greater possibility that it will versus no chance that it will at all. Now, with that being said, again, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.